Hello Vray users, Alex here, your Vray guide, and today on 3Dmax and Vray tutorials I'm going to show you how to set up your studio lighting, of course by using 3Dmax and Vray. So let's get down to our business. I'm going to press Alt-W in order to expand my view, and I'm going to create a line in order to make our stage. I'm going to press Snap option here. And I'm going to draw a line just like that. I'm going to name it stage because eventually we're going to extrude this line and create our stage from it. Alright, we need to smooth our corners by using a fillet option, so we don't see any corners in our rendering. As you know, all studio renderings are really nice and smooth environments, and you basically don't see any corners in these environments. Okay, so it's going to be something like that. Okay, not bad. P hotkey P, and I'm going to extrude this. Oops, I'm sorry. I'm going to extrude this. It's going to be our stage. I'm going to put it in the center just like that, and I'm going to give it almost pure white material of amount 253. Okay, 53 is basically not pure white. We don't like to give pure white color or pure black, just boring, and might produce some unexpected results. So I'm going to merge some model now to our scene. Okay, and I'm going to create some lights. As you see, it's a Buddha model. I'm using Buddha for this tutorial. I'm going to light it. I'm going to use Vray lights with amount of 160 centimeters. I'm using centimeters. Most of professional artists on studios working with centimeters here in Europe. I know that in USA they're working with inches, but for this tutorial we're going to use centimeters as unit scale. Okay, so I'm going to place one light. It's going to be main light with multiplier of 50 and warm yellowish orange color. Okay, I'm going to press Shift and duplicate it, and just up against the other side we're going to have the same light, but it's going to have a bluish color, and it's going to be less intensive of multiplier of 40. Yeah, the next thing is we're going to create another light, and it's going to be a bouncing light, because we have our two main lights, and this light is going to put it just against the wall, and it's going to be with less intensity of 20 and not so bluish, just a bit neutral. It's going to get just between our two lights. It's going to bounce and bring a really nice bouncing light to our scene. Okay, next thing is I'm going to create a camera. We're going to use a Vray physical camera, of course. It's the best camera that we can use in Vray. Normal camera, we just don't get any good control over exposure and other parameters. Just to show you the camera, I'm using 5.6 f numbers. So just I go basically with this group of numbers, 2.8, 5.6, 8, just exactly as the real camera. Okay, vigneting on 0.4. As you see here, white balance is a little bit bluish, so I'm going to remove actually this bluish color from my scene, so it's going to get a little bit warm feeling. And film ISO is 500. Okay, so I'm going to pass to our render. As you see here, the first thing we need to save our model. Save it as Buddha. I already rendered it. Just to make our case, just don't think I'm not doing any preparations. I'm doing some preparations to make these tutorials efficiently. Okay, so turn off your default lights in your render. Turn off also your filter map. It's going to speed up your render. Also your anti-aliasing filter. You're just going to render big resolution, so you don't need actually an anti-aliasing filter. Do it with 3,000 or 4,000 pixels and you're gonna be just fine. If you need sharpness or something like that, you can add it always in Photoshop. And this I'm going to show you in the next tutorial. Environment, I'm not using any of environment. Exponential 11111. It's the basic parameters. Contrast 0.5, and as you see, I'm using radiance map and light cache. A quick word about the contrast is basically it comes with 1. I lower it to 0.5 just to give a little bit more contrast to our scene. It just works the opposite way. If I lower the parameter, it brings me more contrast to the scene. As you see here, using custom parameters, minimum maximum rate -3 and 1, hemispheric subdivisions of 60-30. This is a really nice thing I learned from my really good friend Stanislav Orechov, using a 0.25 and 0.25. It's a really optimal rendering settings for the image quality. Okay, as you see here, light cache, I'm using 1000 as the default. For better and bigger look, you can render, you can just adjust it. You know, if you render of 3,000 pixels, you can adjust it a bit more. This thing here is going to really speed up your render. Use a light cache for glossy rays. If you start losing details, just go a little bit lower with this parameter here, about 15 or 10 or something like that. And as you see here, I'm not using any filter for reconstruction parameters. On my settings, I'm using 3 for global subdivisions. It's just going to give me really good quality to my textures. It just actually doubled, or here 3 times bigger my parameters. Noise threshold of 0.005. And here, as you see, I'm using 2 phases and 750 dynamic memory. Just about my RAM. I'm having 8 GB of RAM. Showing the save frame just to see what our rendering here. I'm going to zoom a little bit. Okay, something like that. And I'm going to hit the render. A quick word about the rendering settings. These rendering settings we have developed while we have created a really nice project, and we needed to make a combination of fast rendering settings and good quality and the high quality rendering results. So we just combined this all together and find the perfect solution for this combination of quality and speed. If you didn't succeed in this tutorial, you can always download it from my blog after the subscription. Okay, so our render is done. As you see here, it's a really nice combination of warm and cold colors. So this is basically it. I hope you enjoyed it. Coming back to my blog at vrayguide.com. This was Alex, your Vray Guide.